everybody, welcome back. And if you are continuing from part 1, as you can see, I have a different hairstyle already. It is much shorter. It's almost as short as my husband's hair. Come here.
Yeah.
See your head? Put it here. So I just had a haircut and it's 10 o'clock right now. Had dinner, haircut, dinner, and then now I'm back here again. So let's continue with the questions. Nguyen Kiman79. Hi Kat, where would you like to travel to in 2019? So I've already got 2 travel plans. One is to Australia. I'm going to Sydney in March, and then we are going to America sometime in autumn. So that would be around August, September. I don't actually have a lot of annual leave, so I think that would already cover my 2 big holidays. Maybe a few short ones, maybe one short one, like maybe, I don't know, maybe like Bangkok or Vietnam or some smaller country. I've been to Vietnam. Where do you want to go this year?
Don't know.
Maybe like Cambodia or something. Maybe like a whole long weekend holiday. But yeah, I don't have a lot of leave, so just these 2 would take up all of my leave. Then yeah, if there's a long weekend, maybe we'll make a short trip to some small place. Christy CA8888. Hi Kat, thank you for including my question from your last Q&A. Do you buy luxury items as a present for your family and friends, or do you reserve them for yourself? If I do, I only ever spend luxe items on beauty products like Chanel, Dior, YSL for my close family on their birthday, but not handbags or SLGs. Also, would you buy a luxury bag if it's on sale from past seasons at a boutique, or do you only go for current trends? I bought a past season Prada, the Vitelli Phoenix tote that was on sale under 1,000 Australian dollars, and I love it, even though it looks like it wasn't a well-known style or a collection. Okay, so your first question, do I buy? I actually do buy luxury things for my close friends and family, but not like handbags or really expensive ones. I think at most I've only bought a wallet or maybe a small SLG, Tweelies, yeah, things like that. I do buy, but they have to be like really close to me. And your other question, if I were to buy past season items, well, if it's on sale and I really like the style, I definitely will. I don't think there's anything wrong with buying like past season, or it's like, oh, it's not a trendy thing anymore. No, I don't see that. If I like the design or if I like the brand and you know, it just goes with what I usually wear and use, I would buy it. And if it's on sale, even better. Next question. Hello, Lynette. Hi Kat, do you teach at Fitness First? Where do you teach? I do teach at Fitness First. I don't have many classes there, so you'll have to check the schedule. I am more of a freelance instructor, so yeah, I pop up once in a while. At Guam, hi, do you have any recommendations for hotel areas to stay in Singapore and Malaysia? Thanks, love your videos. When I was still staying in hotels in Singapore, we usually stayed at River Valley or around Orchard or Clarke Quay area. The reason is because, you know, at night there are still things to eat. I've never stayed in places like Chinatown, so I don't know how, you know, how much fun it will be or if it will be too noisy. But I do know that people also do like to stay in Chinatown because it is bustling. In Malaysia, I'm going to assume that you are asking about the capital, which is Kuala Lumpur. So in there, I would recommend you to stay around Mid-Valley Mega Mall, which is a huge mall, and they have a train which is connected to KL as well as connected to the suburb, which is PJ. So you kind of get both, best of both worlds. Plus that mall is super huge and there's lots of things to buy and see and eat. So it's not inconvenient. Actually, it's a very convenient place to be. It's quite packed, but it's very connected. So I would recommend if you stay there. Of course, if you're familiar or you have people who are around, then of course staying in the suburbs would be much better. But yeah, I think that is most of my friends who come to Malaysia, or you know, who are not familiar, they would stay around Mid-Valley just because the trains there can bring them to KL, and you don't have to stay in KL because KL is more expensive and it can get quite confusing. Yeah, so I personally recommend stay a lot around Mid-Valley, Bangsa area. Gwenny, what do you think about getting Hermes bags from a Preloved shop? Places like Japan has many of these shops. Some sell brand new ones too. Or would you go for the whole Hermes experience and shop in the Hermes boutique exclusively? So I have no qualms about buying a Hermes bag from a shop or Preloved shop. In Japan, I have checked them out. It's just that, I don't know, maybe I'm not on the lookout for one at the moment, but definitely I trust buying in Japan because selling fake stuff or counterfeit is illegal. So I would buy in Japan. I wouldn't buy in any other country. I just feel like in Japan there is a little bit more of a like code of conduct, you know, it's a little bit higher than the standard there. So I would consider buying it there. Of course, if I can get an opportunity to buy it from the store, I definitely would jump at it, but you know, it's not so easy to come by. Ruhol 0507, you have a JUC in your 2019 wish list. Are you worried about the new close and open mechanism? I saw a lot of videos and in my opinion the old version was a lot more secure. To be perfectly honest, I haven't done a lot of research about the JUC bracelet. I do know that they made the way, you know, they made the how they open and close it a little bit easier to get in and out, but of course when it's easier it means it's also easier to drop off or have problems. So I haven't really done a lot of research like you, watched a lot of videos about it. So at the moment I'm not like concerned. If it turns out to be not, like you say, not secure or not good, I will consider getting the one which is a little bit like the T bracelet. So this T bracelet is a twist type of bracelet, bangle. So you just like, you know, it's quite softer wire and it's easy to get in and out, and it's also very secure because you know it won't you won't twist it out of your hand. However, it does get hooked on things. So when it gets hooked, this thing can split like this, which is quite you can twist it back, but it's like, oh my gosh, your whole bracelet is like out of shape, so you need to like unwind it back. I don't know if the new Just Include, this thinner one, has that problem. I haven't heard anybody say that it's a really bad problem. But yeah, that's something to think about. So in terms of the new mechanism, I haven't really done a lot of research on it. When I do, I'll let you know. African Sun Star, I might be too late to ask a question, but curious that you have had the Chanel watch for a while. What are my thoughts on it, and would I buy it again? So I'm actually wearing it right now, and I have been wearing it for the past 2 weeks. Next week I'm going to be wearing it again because I'm just running about a lot, and it is super convenient to just, you know, put on my arm and wear. So I can tell you I will definitely buy it again. It is one of my best purchases in 2019. I absolutely love it. It goes with my style, my dressing, my everyday life, my active life, my work life. It just goes so well, and I'm super glad I bought it in black because I actually wanted to buy it in white, but I don't know, I felt white was a bit more, you know, bright. It's nice as well. I do hope one day I can add a white one to my collection, but I think the black looks really classy, and I absolutely love this watch. Now, I should do a review about it, maybe just share a few of my thoughts about the watch since I've had it for quite a while already. So I think I'll get into doing it. I'll write down my thoughts, kind of like how I did my Cartier not first impressions, my experience since I've gotten it. I mean, worn it, so I've been wearing it for 2 months non-stop, so I have some opinions about it. As for this watch, I do have a few thoughts about it. Nothing negative, but I can share a few points about it. So I will do a video on that, and I will, you know, you guys can check it out. So make sure your notification bell is on. I think I'm going to say your name wrong, but is it Amalarders? Oh gosh. Are you carrying on with your journaling? I remembered that you mentioned in an old video. I am. So this is the book that I brought up earlier this year, and I mentioned that, you know, I am journaling. So I'm just gonna flip and you guys can see I have been doing it religiously every single month, except for maybe November and October because I was traveling and just super busy. But every month I write a little bit. So it's more of a to-do kind of list book. I don't really have like loads of things to write in it, but I do note things like, for example, in June I'll write down things that I want to do, and then if I bought any new items, because I just want to note that down for my videos. Then if I learn anything, I would write it there as well. And I've got some video ideas. So I keep my journal pretty simple, pretty small, but I do find that maybe my new items and new discoveries, I've kind of taken it out for 2019 because, yeah. And learnings, I'm going to combine it with my to-dos because I do find that not every month I learn something, even though I know I should be. Xenophobia. Kat, are you going to keep your hair long again? Love both of the looks, but I kind of miss your shoulder length hair too. Okay, that's your first question because you got a few. So I am going to keep my hair short until my friend is done with her treatment. So she is done with her chemotherapy, but she has not gone through surgery and radiation. So it's another easily 6 months more before she's actually out of it. So I don't know. I'll probably keep my hair short until she's got her hair back, and then from there I'll decide whether I'll start to keep it long. Because if I was talking to my hairdresser today, he was saying that, oh, to keep long hair, you have to cut it in a way that the hair can grow out long. So it's not just, just keep it long. It will be really, really awful and ugly looking. So you gotta kind of cut it a little bit, let it grow, cut a little bit, let it grow, and let it slowly grow back into shape. So it's not like just let it grow out, It's a lot of work to keep long hair again. But yes, it will happen, but not so soon. Number 2, how do you afford all these bags? Like, what is your financial planning like? I'm very curious, what is your take-home salary and how much is enough for you to earn to be able to afford luxury bags often? I don't actually have like a financial planning plan. It's just that I earn a decent amount of money that allows me to save some of my salary and then have spare cash for me to do other things, which is like traveling, paying for, other stuff and all that. So there are times whereby for example, when I bought my Birkin, then I dug out from my savings. But, if that didn't happen, I would have savings in my savings account. So I won't say that I put aside a sum of money every month so that I can buy things. It's just that I know I don't have the kind of willpower to put like, okay, I'll put $500 aside each month, and that money will go to shopping. I think that's a good idea. Maybe I should try that. But I don't. I just pay off everything, whatever, pay off all my bills, pay off my mortgages, pay off the car, etc, etc, and then whatever's left, I put it aside, and I'll take that to buy stuff. Yeah. How old are you and your husband? So I am 36 this year and my husband is 40. Whoa! What's your education background like? I like your accent and I know you're very eloquent in your videos, so I'm wondering if you studied abroad. I have studied abroad and I don't think my accent came from anywhere. I just like to speak clearly. I studied in Australia. I did my university there, and I guess I speak the way I speak is because my family speaks English ever since I was born. We are English speaking family, and I watch a lot of TV, I watch a lot of YouTube, so you pick up a certain accent or you pick up a certain way of talking. And I also think because I teach classes, so you have to be a little bit more clear, and I have a bad habit of speaking really fast. Like I've talked really, really fast, and from work and from teaching classes, I know I need to slow down and make sure I think about what I want to say and try to structure a sentence properly. Don't just blabber. Though I know sometimes in my videos and all, I'll just go off tangent because I am mumbling or I am not thinking clearly and I'm just talking away, like probably like now. Now Pearl, have you tried other bags like Tory Burch? What can you say about it? I had one Tory Burch bag. It was a open style, almost like a mini bucket bag, but in a squarish form. It looked like a maybe a larger Miss Dior, but without the zip. Oh, not Miss Dior, a Lady Dior. So it was a heavy bag, and even though I know it was made quite well, I found it, I don't know, I would say the quality would be at par with brands like Coach, Michael Kors, maybe Marc Jacobs. So it's definitely not the high end, but mid-tier luxury brands. I think they have some beautiful bags and they have really beautiful wallets and all. I'm not really familiar with all the rest of their bags. The one that I had, I found it a little bit heavy and a bit chunky. So I actually sold it for really cheap. I think I sold it to some little school student and I was like, okay, have it, because I wasn't using it and she loved it, so I'm glad somebody found a good use of it. For me, it was just a little bit too heavy for what I needed it for. The last question, Sanyu, why no to LV Neverfull? Oh my goodness, I guess you guys remembered my video about when I mentioned, you know, my story about the Neverfull. So one of the bags in LV's entire collection, which everybody has, everybody okay, maybe not everybody, like 90% of the luxury community is a Neverfull, and it's either a Speedy and a Neverfull. It's always these two bags. It's like a cult. You must have it in your collection, and most people I know will have both or at least one of it. So I'm one of the ones that's on the Speedy side, and I bought the Elma after that. But with the Neverfull, every time I walk into the LV store, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get the like the classic version. So just the plain monogram with the vachetta leather and whatever interior. But now they've got lots of colors, right? But they used to be just the plain like beigey color, which is not so attractive. So I don't know. When I imagine it in my head, I think I look good with it. But when I go into the store and I try it on my shoulder, that's when I'm like, it looks a bit big on me. But it's nice, but it's too big. And I don't know, I just go through this whole cycle of like, maybe later. And I've tried the Neverfull, the same Neverfull, so many times in the store. I walk in, I'm like, let me try the Neverfull. So sometimes I'll try with the pink interior, sometimes I'll try with the red interior, sometimes, and then over the years, they have changed it from where the pocket is attached to the Neverfull to the detachable pochette. And every time in my head, before I walk in, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna carry it on my crook of my elbow. I'm gonna hold it with my hand. I think it'll look good. I'll put it on my shoulder. I can just imagine it in my head. But when I actually go into the store and try it, even though I've tried it so many times, I'm like, wait a minute, it doesn't look that good anymore. So I don't know. Then I would go through the phase of maybe I want a unique Neverfull. So when it came out with the V and the one which it has like the corals, which to me looks like giraffes, and the one with the flowers, which is, oh, I can't remember, Sprouse collection or something like that. I don't know. Either I didn't get a chance to try it, or when I try it, it just doesn't look nice. It's too loud or something. I even tried the one where, well, maybe a couple of seasons ago with the Japanese print on it. It looked amazing. Like when I saw pictures of it, it looked so good. When I tried it in store, because I had a chance to try it, it didn't look nice. So I don't know. My continuous journey to look for the perfect Neverfull is an ongoing, never-ending story. I just haven't found the one that I want. So I'm going through this whole limited edition Neverfull at the moment, and every time I try a limited edition, I'm like, no, I think I'll just go for the plain. And then when I go and try the plain, I'm like, looks too big. I'm like, oh, maybe I should go back to the limited edition. So I keep fluttering between the two, but I haven't given up hope. For all you know, one day there will be the perfect Neverfull limited edition design for me, which I'll be like, okay, that one looks good on me. At the moment, I haven't found one. So that's the end of part 2 of this Q&A. I hope you guys don't mind that I had to split it into 2 videos. I just didn't want one video to be like 50 minutes long or 30 minutes long. It's better to split it into 2 so that you don't have to watch the whole thing, right? So yeah, if you got any more questions, the best place to ask them is actually Instagram. I do check the little arrow at the top of the Instagram pretty frequently. I don't know, is 1 week frequently? Maybe not, well, I don't check it every day, but I will check it at least once a week because it doesn't have like, you know like Facebook Messenger, when you have a message, it pops out like this little red button there, but it doesn't give you that notification, or mine doesn't, or maybe mine's not updated. But anyway, I do check it sometimes, yeah, at least once a week, and if you get any questions, you can leave it there, or you can just leave comments in videos. I will definitely reply you guys. If you guys enjoyed it, till my next video, you guys take care, and I will see you then. Bye.